Can you paint an Eldar army in a day?
Maybe.
I guess we'll find out.
Welcome back to the Kieran Show. This time we're painting Eldar.
Oh my lord. So we pitched it to our community. The members have chosen,
Yes.
with all of your super chats, all of your lovely donations, it's gone into a pot, and that pot is funding this challenge. So it ended up being down to painting a Tyranid army in a day, or painting an Eldar army in a day, and it turns out our members actually quite like you a lot.
I think they're just fed up of seeing me paint Tyranids on the internet.
Or fed up of watching you cry about painting Tyranids on the internet.
I reckon I could do it.
It's one of the... We've seen before that you can't. But here we are. We are finally doing our first ever community challenge, which is super, super exciting. And it turns out it's a festive one as well.
Yeah, Christmas.
Christmas. Elderly.
Still can't get that you don't like Christmas jumpers.
I don't understand the concept of spending 40 plus quid on a Christmas jumper and only wearing it within 1 month of the year.
Christ. If you were my son, I'd leave you at home.
Oh, well, I wish you would.
Home Alone reference, not anyone, not that dark.
Yeah, not that dark. But yeah, so to rattle off what we've got for the Eldari, what are you painting over the next day?
I'll paint all of it.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, I'll see you enjoy this, and I'll see you at the end.
So
Excellent.
For this, it is a cohesive effort.
This is, yeah, for sure.
It makes sense to, do bits all in one go rather than this is your half of the text. Like we normally do, where it's like, you've got this, I've got this. This is more of a wholesome.
Wholesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we've got 10 Wraith Blades, 10 Howling Banshees, Jane Czar, 2 Wraith Lords, 10 Wraith Guard, so the ones with the guns, 10 Dark Reapers, and Magooan, Morgan Ra.
Sweet, sweet Magooan. Yeah, so we've definitely gone with the combat and a...
We've gone with the cool things.
Yeah, there's half of it is guns, the other half is sexy blade ladies. So we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good.
Yes. How confident are you feeling? Obviously, I bought and built this army, primed it all and everything. This is the first time you've seen it in the flesh. How do you feel?
I mean, it's quite overwhelming, as is most of the cases when we do these painting challenges. And I am really unsure what I'm doing with these Dark Reapers. Really unsure.
Yeah, so I've already got a scheme in mind for all of the Wraiths. They're going like an ethereal blue-white.
I think what I will do is go through all the Guard Blades and then the Wraith Lords and then try and make a decision after that. So like take some of the themes from that but make it a bit more like...
You can't paint Dark Reapers and not use Dark Reaper. It's got their own colour.
I have heard that. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. I just would quite like to go with the heavy metal, and not as in like heavy metal, as in like heavy metal music.
With an H.
Heavy metal, yeah, for sure. Heavy, not heavy. And make them quite dark and quite almost scary.
There's a big problem with this challenge though. It's probably the same for both of us. I mean, I'm not painting him, but you're painting Magooan.
Yes.
So I can foresee this going, as soon as Kieran starts to put paint on Magooan, the challenge falls over because he'll just spend the rest of the time.
Yeah, I really, really, really love this model a lot, and I think that I will probably save it till tomorrow.
Okay.
I think being responsible, because you're right, as soon as I start, I'll be like, la la la, Magooan Ra, and then I'll forget about the rest of the challenge.
I'm like, Kieran, it's 7 o'clock Saturday and you haven't painted any Dark Reapers.
I probably wouldn't even care. I'd be like, no, Magooan's not done yet. So yeah, if I can start him tomorrow, focus on the main bulk, let's say, of the army, and then get to my special boy tomorrow, which would be very cool.
So first steps for this is going to be all the white armour.
Indeed.
And basically all of the airbrushing stuff. So I think the way we're going to deal with this is I'll start airbrushing white on the Wraiths, pass them to you to then do one step. So we've got a production line.
There is a production line for sure.
Join us in 2 hours where it's all fallen over and
it
doesn't work.
And I've already started painting Magooan. Okie dokie. So in Kieran's corner, he's in the middle of painting all of these.
I have nothing to show for my work.
Just lots of coloured white blade guard,
but it looks cool.
Blades, all the rest of it, and then some lords over there in the background as well. They all look very, very cool. So I will walk you through the process of the Dark Reapers. Let's pick out Sweet Magooan first. So as we can see, ours has been focused there. So I started with the Head Black Grey. I then went Dark Reaper as the Zenithal over the top. I then went no, wrong one. Vallejo Violet Red as the under colour. Very, very nice indeed. On the top of black/black grey, it doesn't quite come through as punchy as this, but it is a really, really nice undertone purple, which is great. Then over the top, I went with Stegodon Scale Green. So I literally just positioned it that way and just went with Stegodon Scale Green, and it's come up with a very, very nice Zenithal two-tone with blue.
Show them the ones that actually look good.
So after this, I've then gone with Black Templar contrast in all of the divots for like hands and the guns and stuff like that. So they're starting to look really, really cool. It's got that oil slick effect, which I absolutely love and I've never done before, which is very, very fun. Then for the highlights, I'm going with a 1-to-1 of Stegodon and Fenrisian Grey. Kieran hasn't used his Fenrisian Grey in a hot minute. So now, with the highlights, it's looking a little bit like this, which is super cool.
I want to go back in time
Yeah.
to me that yesterday decided that a white Wraith scheme would be really cool. I mean, I like it. It's just taking so long.
Kieran's painted lots of white, and then you're about to paint more white. So
He's a highlight.
you're the same. Yeah, you are the same. He does the same thing every challenge and goes, I'm going to paint this thing, and then I'm going to paint the same thing again and brand it as a highlight in a challenge format.
It needs a highlight.
Sure. The logic's there. The logic is airtight. Obviously, in the production line that we spoke about only moments ago in the video, nearly 3 hours ago for us, it was Kieran was to paint white, and then it would pass to me, and then I'll probably do the purpley bits on the helmets and stuff, and we'll start this production line. We're going like back and forth, doing really productively, and it'll be very, very good production line. In the time that I've been waiting for Kieran to finish the white, and then I've started doing the magenta heads, I've already started on McGowan.
Kieran threw out his own rule book. I'm going to paint McGowan tomorrow. What's the first miniature that he picks up to paint?
McGowan Ra. In the time I've waited, 3 hours, for you to not even finish painting white, I was like, well, I'm just going to start on the Reapers and the McGowan, the McGowan of Ra's. So yeah, my Scully,
Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington boys. Yeah, they're all looking pretty good. We'll show you in the hand cam update in a minute. It's a mixture of
When
blue.
there's actually something to show, because at the moment I've still got to finish the white.
Indeedy. Yeah, there's blues, there's purples and blacks and stuff, which is very, very cool. Yeah, there'll be. I'm really conflicted on the helmet choice. I wanted to do something a bit more off-piste and go with like black helmet with like white skull indents and stuff. And you were
It won't work with the
nah,
cool scheme you've gone
looks
with.
rubbish.
No, I didn't say that.
That looks rubbish.
I said,
And I'm just like,
I said he's done the scheme with the purple and the blues on the top looks really cool. And then you're going to put this giant monotone flat black on the top of it. It would look weird.
with white over the top, it would have looked cool, but it doesn't matter. I'm over it. I'm not over it. So
You know what I'm not over?
go on.
Painting white.
Yeah, I bet.
I think what's
You're
really...
not. Hold on, you're not over it.
I'm not over it because I still got to do it.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
I think if I was doing any other colour than white, I'd be so much further ahead.
Yep.
As anybody that owns an airbrush knows, airbrushing white takes so long.
Anybody that's done a challenge or a challenge format or painted something in a rush would know. Don't paint white.
Yeah, airbrushing white is, I mean, when it just takes so long to do, when you finish, it does look.
It will look great. It will look great, but it will be tomorrow.
So I can finally give you a hand update because I've finally finished
Painting white.
painting white.
It's 3 in the afternoon.
It's 3 in the afternoon.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, these have had the really small coats of white progressively built up, and we're done in that sense. I mean, there'll be potentially edge highlights further down the line for these guys, just to make the corners a bit sharper, but we're getting there. It's now on to blocking in the other colours. So this is roughly the kind of colour palette we're going with. Magenta-y, purpley helmets. Be the same on the blades as well, and the axes. But yeah, so I'm waiting for Kieran to crack on and not take forever to do the
Unbelievable.
set up the magenta on the helmets for me, so I can carry on.
Okay, so in Reaper Corner, so all of my Reapers now look like this. So they've all had their Stegodon and Fenrisian Blue highlights. They've also had the first round of metals on them with, what's this called? Necro Gold from Scale 75, because thank you to Kieran and to Fletch, I now know that Scale 75 is the way to go when it comes to metallics. But yeah, this is looking really cool, really sort of like synth wavy 80s, it's kind of like Tron-esque, I guess, which is quite fun as far as colour schemes are concerned. So yeah, no, I'm super jazzed with this. I am going to be painting purple for the foreseeable future, just to make sure that those Wraith Blades and Lords and Titans and wherever the hell they are, those spiky Eldar dudes, look pretty good. But yeah, this is quite a nice place to leave it. My next conundrum is things like leather pouches and stuff, which I think are going to be like a grey or a brown or something to just fit in there in the background.
You'll need a grey or a brown to pull out from that dark tone. I think if you went black, it'd just look a bit weird.
Yeah, black would look rubbish, I think. And then skull details and hairs to get the plume sorted out. Masks I'm going to do last, just because I really don't know where to go with it.
I think maybe the masks are going to have to come after doing the basing.
Maybe.
Like a final thing, which sounds wild.
Yeah, it does seem silly, but
What's the plan for the guns? Are you leaving those the same colour as the armour?
I quite like them when they're all the same colour. I know that the Dark Reapers generally are the same colour throughout. I quite like the way they look. Also, we've got loads and loads and loads of gems on them. So
we are going to be painting gems for 24 hours alone.
We are. So I think these guys specifically, because they've got so many gems on them, just on the head alone, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 gems. No, wrong. 5 gems.
You don't have to, we don't have to paint
6, 7 gems on that helmet alone.
You don't have to paint all of the gems. Only some of them are spirit stones.
What's the difference between a gem and a spirit stone?
Some of them are just lumps in the armour. Some of them are spirit stones. So
how are you supposed to decipher which is a spirit stone and which is a lump?
It's your artist's decision.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Right, we're about halfway through.
Oh boy.
Day 1.
Yeah. Yeah, let's let that be known.
Yeah, still tomorrow to go, but this is where we're up to. So the Wraith Lords have all got little capes on.
Woo!
Like they're going out to dinner, got their best dress on, and don't want to get dinner down them.
Doing their best cheater
so,
impression.
Yeah, got their ruffs on the go. So I've been airbrushing Warlord Purple onto the top of these, which has gone quite well. Yeah, pretty chuffed with how these are looking. So let's do a little sexy reveal.
Oh boy.
Oh my word.
Yes, let's go.
Woo. Pretty satisfying when you take the masking tape off and it just worked.
The tape reveal.
Yeah. I won't do all of them on camera because that'll be absolutely boring for you lot.
Do the big one.
Do the what? Oh, the Wraith Lord.
Do the big one.
There you are. Senior Wraith Lord taking his bib off.
Yes. Yes. Excellent.
Woo!
We don't just talk rubbish on the internet, we are pretty good as well. Bonjour everyone. Similar to the Blades, the Guard.
The Blades of the Guard variety.
The Blades of the Guards are all here, but it's very fun to see all of the purple faces and stuffs. Wraith Lord, Senor, is looking pretty good as well. I think all of those will just need some final highlights and stuff on their tabards. I think I've got sun going already. Can't really see it very well because of the light, but yeah, it looks pretty good already. Obviously want to make sure that those guns are all blacked out, same with the little divots and stuff on their armour panels, and then especially the grill. The grill, what the heck is even that? On the back. So that is all clear.
What about Sweet Sweet Magoon?
Now, Sweet Sweet Magoon. I did his hair. I got my hair did. So he looks pretty cool. Anyway, what you're all here to see. Let's see if I can sort this light out. Hey, there we go. So yeah.
I don't like that
Right.
at all.
Right.
You're really sold on it. I don't like it.
I don't know about sold. I just think it looks fine.
Let us know in the comments at this point what you think of the faces. I'm not sold on them at all.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, objectively, they're Dark Reapers, so I wanted to keep them dark.
You've embodied the word dark.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I really liked that oil slick on the top and the bottom, and I didn't know what colour to use for the masks. So, like, we can see here, like, he's holding a skull. It's just too stark. The difference is insane. And I tried it initially with the plumes on the top, and Kieran was like, "Yeah, that looks rubbish." So the masks needed to be a different colour anyway.
Maybe we should have gone grey, like actual grey with them.
No, because it just would have been drowned out and just meh.
No, we're not
So-
even did Mechanica standard grey, which is quite a dark grey.
Nah, I don't care about that. So, for example, I went grey with his little butt pouch. Where's that? And it's just that. It's just meh. It's a big old load of meh. And I didn't want that for the mask, so I went something alternative. I think it looks cool, sort of like Jinxie from Arcane. Very fun. I'll show you some others because it's fun. This guy's got a hood, sort of like Hobgoblin, which is fun. This guy's like bang bang. Yeah, I think they look really cool.
The time is currently 8 o'clock. How many hours is that? 10?
Yeah, about 10. About 10. I think considering we've done 10 hours, we're doing very, very well, but there are lots of bits to do remaining.
The Banshees are what are worrying me.
Yes.
So many little details. I think the Wraiths,
All looks solid, to be fair. It'll
all
be
the guns.
Yeah, it'll be all the guns, all the black details, I think, will be quite time consuming. And then I think gems last. Just
It's going to be
blanket rule.
pure gems.
Nothing but gems. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Everything looks really cool. It's just getting it to that next step now, which I think will be quite, difficult. The Dark Reapers, I'm happy to just sort of leave where they are right now. I know you hate them.
The masks look
fine.
stupid.
I'm fine with it. I think they look alright. You'll see in a minute with the hand cam, they look a little bit like Jinx from Arcane. That's the sort of vibe I've gone with. Just because I didn't want to give them like full faces, I guess, like full different colour face masks, just because I thought it looked really rubbish. And I don't really like the Eldar face masks when they've got like lines and stuff in the middle, like noses and mouths. I think it looks like cookie cutter Eldar faces. I think it looks a bit rubbish. So, yes, I'm excited.
How confident are you for finishing?
Honestly, solid. I don't think I think it'll be hard tomorrow. I just think, I think it'll be difficult for sure, but I think we'll nail it.
I mean, it's the first time we've finished a challenge and there is paint on every mini.
And that's only at the end of day one as well. Yeah, what's remarkable is that we've still got another half of this video to go. Don't turn it off, even though I said I think we'll smash it.
Yeah, don't lure them in with false positivity. There's still mental breakdowns to come.
There are mental breakdowns.
Oh no, we've already had it. It was the white that took 4 hours when I thought it would take an hour.
Yeah, and the fact that I already made it to Plymouth this morning without the camera in my bag, and then I had a full-blown mental breakdown. I got half the way here, which is about half an hour, and then all the way home, and then I had to go all the way here again. So, yeah,
Big dum-dum.
meant to be for sure.
We'll be fresh-faced
Sort of.
and rested for tomorrow.
Sort of.
Yeah, let's go.
Right. It's the beginning of day 2. Let's go. Eldar are here. I think I hate the Reaper masks.
It's finally come around to my way of thinking.
I slept on it and I was like, God, they are a bit rubbish, aren't they? Maybe I should just change it. So I think first on the hit list today is finish the cloths for the Wraith Lord and the Wraith Blades are those last little highlights. Fix those masks for the Dark Reapers. And then it's just going to be blocking out all the black, then with a grey dry brush for the Wraith Lord and the Wraith Blades, and then Magooan. And then all at the end, gemstones together.
You sound far more confident than I do.
I'm really, no, I'm not going to go in and be like, I'm really confident, because that feels unfair, but
It's the Banshees that are giving me stress.
yeah, it's going to be a killer for sure.
They're so detailed. Like the 5 I've already painted like a few weeks back. Took ages because there's so many details on them.
Yeah.
And then obviously old plain Jane she's
Plain
even more
Jane as
details.
Yeah, she is quite ridiculous. If I were you, I'd leave her till last. Do the other things first. Or, if you want, what I could do to assist, while you're doing Banshees, I go through and highlight all the cloth bits on your Wraith Blades and Wraith Lord.
Maybe.
And then, so all of that is done in one hit, and then it's just you finishing off the Banshees, and then we're both just blocking out black and then gemstones.
Maybe.
That might be easier.
We should probably just start rather than just talking about it.
Yeah, probably should.
So, this is where we're at. We've just been picking out the gold details on the crest of these guys and all the other, like the hilts and stuff. Put some definition into the white. So this is looking really cool. At the moment, I think with some white edge highlights on these, they would look wicked. I don't think I've got time to do that though. Yeah, a little bit nervous about actually getting everything done because, as you'll see, compare the Wraithblades to the Banshee. There's not a lot going on.
There's a little bit to do still.
I've only blocked in the hair and the guns on the Banshees. And they're incredibly detailed. There are pouches, there are bits. Yeah, there's still a lot to do on the Banshee side, so I should probably stop putting paint on Wraithblades and go and do Banshees. But this is how the ones with the axes look. Really, really chuffed.
Okay, and on the other corner we have got all of the Wraith boys looking really, really fine, similar to his big old pal, the Wraith Lord. So since
there is some overspray that needs fixing there.
Oh yes, well that's your fault. So we've got heads done, hilts done, all the gold details, all of the black has been sorted for the guns and pipes and divots and stuff. They've then had dry brushes of Stegodon and Dark Reaper in the alternate order. Dark Reaper first and Stegodon, so they look really good. Since this morning, I've also gone back and redone all the masks.
And they look so much better.
Heaven forbid, Kieran was right. So yeah, they don't look quite as dorky anymore. They look a bit more
cool.
I don't know about cool. I thought the others looked maybe a bit cooler, but these just look better. Which is fine. I'm happy with it. They go well with the scheme. So that's 10 Reapers all done as well, which is good. Now I'm on to the boy, Magoo and Ra.
We are halfway through
Day two.
So it means that in this Eldar 24-hour challenge, there are 6 hours remaining.
How are you feeling?
Not confident in the slightest.
The confidence has gone.
I always knew with the Banshees that were going to give me grief because they're just so insanely detailed.
Yeah.
I mean, the white armor did rob, I want to say 3 hours off me yesterday.
Yes.
And in fairness, I did 20 sets of white because I did
22.
22 sets of white because I did yours.
Yeah.
So it sounds like what should happen is you should do the Banshees because I did your raids.
Yeah, no, the logic would stack up unless you didn't paint white on white. Yeah, so...
And I still want to do white edge highlights.
Yeah, so you're done and I'll finish. Good. Sounds about right, like every challenge. But the Reapers are done, Magooin will be left. I'll finish Magooin in 6 hours, easy peasy. Whether or not we finish gems or not, no idea.
Whether we even do gems.
Whether we even do gems, not so sure. But the bases, and then they'll be finished. They will be done, like they will look done for sure. So I'm not really that worried. I still think we smashed it. I think everything still looks really good. To be fair, even if we dodge gems and just go for finish Banshees, finish Magooin, bases, done. Like, I still think that's done. Because I feel like whenever we do these challenges as well, you get so caught up in the details. And you're like, it must look like the best thing I've ever painted. And you're just like, we're doing this in 24 hours, you absolute loser. What are you doing?
Because I want everything to look like an Instagram picture.
Ah. Oh, you post to Instagram all the time?
Yeah, the toxicity of Instagram and Warhammer, there you go.
The perceived toxicity that Kieran has brewed in his head. There it is. Here it is.
Yeah, I'm not confident we're going to finish. I think you're ludicrous to think that we're going to get bases done.
Well, the reason we might not get bases done is because Kieran can't remember what the base recipe he made, which is good.
And I really like the base recipe I made.
But you can't remember it.
I can't remember how to do
Can't
it.
remember it. Good. Yeah, so everything is great.
I only did it 5 times on 5 Banshees.
So stupid. But yeah, I'm sure
Figure
it'll be
it out
fine.
later.
Sure, it will be fine.
6 hours remaining.
6 hours remaining.
What's your prediction for the end?
I think, well, I mean, I'll finish.
I mean,
If you can't...
all you've had to paint in 24 hours is 10 Reapers and Magooin.
And even that I didn't get right the first time. Okay, so just another quick update. McGowan has some colours on him. Hooray! So I started with the bone and worked my way up, blending both cream, bone colour and the purple, so to create a lighter and lighter creamy lilac, I suppose.
Bone colour is lost in there, that was pointless.
You're pointless. Got him. So yeah, like slightly happy with it at the moment. Like I think it's very different currently to the Dark Reapers. So the Dark Reapers are a lot more dark.
Dark Reapers are dark!
Dark. Yeah, so I think I will have to try and incorporate this glow, so it sort of resonates throughout, which is great. And then obviously like the undertone with the purple. So I've totally lost that since painting this guy. So one thing I do want to make sure of is make sure I dull it down a little bit more. I think the gun is still in keeping with the rest of the theme. I think that's fine, but it's the cloak that's sort of lost. So you can sort of see on this one, it's a bit closer, but I'd just like to recapture, let's say, what might have been lost since beforehand.
Right, it's last knock-ins. We are rapidly running out of time. I have waved goodbye to finishing the Howling Banshees because there's just too many details on them. I mean, I could play these in a tournament and still get 10 points because there's 3 colours on them. But
that's how we're branding this in comparison to what you spent. So the best thing about this is I asked Kieran, I was like, how long did you spend on that one individually? And he goes, oh, well, it was quite simple really. Like I spent 3 days on 5. And I was like, oh yes, and we're doing 10 of them and Jane's are in a 2-day challenge, of course. It makes perfect sense now.
yeah,
And here we are. However, I'll show them Mean Jane in her big purple hair.
no.
Yes, Mean Jane.
Or plain Jane. She is pretty plain at the moment.
What wonderful hair you have.
So you're probably wondering why did I only paint half of her hair. So I had the ambition this morning, I did a really cool like transition to match these armies together. I'll transition her hair from purple into magenta. With what time?
Yeah, with what time? What time it is?
She's a wicked mini. So I did the goal, then I said to Kieran, I was like, look, anything else I do on this is just rushing it, and she is too cool of a mini to rush. So I put her down. In the last hour and a half or so, I've been basing and finishing off these aren't finished. I want to do white edge highlights on these, but that'll be another day. Also want to make the swords a bit sharper. So that's the race blades with the swords, looking kind of cool with their bases. There's one with an axe. Doing things. Yeah, super cool. Yeah, really, really chuffed with how these turned out. Bases are pretty much complete. Yeah, aside from edge highlights and stuff on the race, there isn't a great deal that he's doing. But Banshees are pretty dead in the challenge.
Okay, to finish up, we have got sweet Mugen Roo. So he's all done, finished. Just need to get him a nice little base rim on it, and then maybe some extra little doodads or highlights or whatever. But overall, looking very, very nice indeed. We have got 10 Wraith boys with guns, Wraith boys and girls and elves and stuff.
Wraith Guard.
Wraith girls. Here come the Wraith girls. And then of course the Reapers with their bases. They look wonderful. Yeah, thank goodness I was laughed at with the masks yesterday, and they've changed because they look absolutely bloody fabulous. With these new bases, they're looking absolutely fire. Big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, I'm really chuffed with the basing scheme I came up with. You've given me jip for it for 2 days, and then you've done it and then gone, oh, this is actually really cool.
The only reason I gave you jip is because you wanted 2 thin coats on the base, then 2 different dry brushes, and then moss and stuff on top. It's all nonsense, really.
And then look at the finished result.
The finished result looks absolutely wonderful. But yeah, no doubt you'll see some B-roll and stuff in a second, and you can see some of these up close and personal and looking pretty good. But it's all about my sweet boy, Mugen Roo.
Can you paint an Eldar army in a day?
Yes.
if it doesn't include Jenzar and Howling Banshees.
Yeah. That being said, we have painted successfully Maguinro, 10 Wraith Blades, 10 Wraith Guard, nice, 2 Wraith Lords, and 10 Dark Reapers, which I think is very, very good. That's still like 1,300 points?
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's around that. I'm sure it's around
I mean, I think what broke the Howling Banshees for me was doing the white on the Wraith Guard and the Wraith Blade. I mean, what Kieran has done is paint 10 Dark Reapers and Magoon Ra in 24 hours. Because I basically did all the Wraiths. He just had to put black on and went, done.
Finished it. Yeah. Well, I also did...
in retrospect, what we probably should have done yesterday morning is I should have gone, Kieran, this is taking ages. I'll trade you the Wraiths for the Howling Banshees. And you should have done the 10 Dark Reapers and the Howling Banshees.
Well, you'd have been upset about that because I would have looked at your scheme and gone, no, I'm going to do something that works better.
It's faster, it doesn't take 3 days per 5.
Yeah, give them glowy faces instead and then change
God,
change
could
them
you
on
imagine
day
the
2.
scenes?
Yeah.
James out with their pink eyes like...
Yeah, because let me know in the comments actually what you thought about the Dark Reaper masks, because I thought they were fine to begin with, but they obviously look better now. But yeah, I thought the first ones were fine. I thought they looked quite cool, but here we are. Everything looks business.
Everything, hilariously, so if we rocked up to a tournament tomorrow, it's playable.
It's beyond playable, mate. Like, I've seen Eldar armies that look a lot worse than this. I've
seen loads of grey ones.
But I've seen loads of armies, full stop, look a lot worse than this. I think we obviously, you poo-poo your stuff quite a lot. You're like, I'm not very good or whatever. Then you hate your armies. I think these look legit. They look really cool. And I'm sure that people would think exactly the same thing. So, I think for considering this is our first ever community challenge, we weren't exactly ready, let's say, mentally to paint this much Eldar stuff. It's come out pretty good.
there's 3 colours on the Banshees.
That's a success.
And Plain Jane.
Tabletop ready. And Plain Jane with her purple hair. Her hair actually is probably the most insane thing on the mini.
Yeah, she's all hair.
Yeah, I don't understand the physics to Jane's are.
Maybe when she got decapitated by Drazar, like, it just carried on growing.
Yeah, maybe that's it. But she's like a hair demon.
I'm really chuffed with the race. All week I've been planning out the scheme, and it's like the mental thing of, is this going to work? Because in your mind it works.
Well, I mean, it does work. It does look really, really good.
Just needs white highlights one day.
One day. It is not this day. And we didn't have to paint NIDs as well, which is a great thing.
Yeah, that was like almost like a mini Christmas present from our community.
It was, yeah, thank you so much.
This has been, at the time of recording, this is our last video of 2024. So, Merry Eldarmas.
Yeah, that doesn't work. But Merry Christmas.
I hope that we were going to get Merry Kriegmas.
Yeah, we're praying for Kriegmas, but it hasn't worked out. But as a node to this challenge, a huge thank you to everybody on the left-hand side of the screen. Everybody that is part of the Cult of Kieran has made this possible. And if you're part of our live streams and stuff and you super chat and you donate, this will be the format going forward. So we will do another community challenge in Q1 next year, as and when we hit that total during live streams, which is very fun indeed. I'm sure we'll probably have the next round of options up for that challenge during live streams in January.
As soon as we hit the total,
we'll go again.
Go on the Warhammer store and go, what are we doing?
Yeah, what arm are we doing next? Kroot. Yeah. Space chickens in space.
Thank you very much to everyone that supported us over these past year, and 2 years as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's to 25k subs in 25.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Because not only did we... What were we at the beginning of the year? Like 2k?
4k?
Are you sure? Because we're at 6 in
in
August.
I'm pretty sure we were at 4k last December. Maybe 3.
I think it was... I didn't even think it was that many. But ridiculous. Needless to say, we've hit 12k this year, which is beyond our wildest expectations, which is obviously absolutely lovely. And thank you so much.
12,400 of you at the time of recording need to get a better taste.
Thanks so much for your support.
If you celebrate Christmas, have a great Christmas and a New Year. If you don't celebrate Christmas, just enjoy yourself. Food's pretty good this time of year.
And you get in between Christmas and January, you get some amazing deals. That's
right.
where the real food's
Just
to be
destroy
had.
an advent calendar in one day. Free chocolate.
It's not free because that's not how deals work. But
Stolen's pretty good.
the Stalin is very good. 10 out of 10.
We'll see you in the new year.
Tatty bye.